Hello YouTube, this is the Rusty Fisherman here. This video is not intended for children. I just wanted to go over my Bass Pro Shops 10-foot pond prowler. I've had this for about 3 years now. It is a 2016 model, and I've done some modifications to it over the years, and I think I finally got it to where it's the most enjoyable to fish out of, being such a small boat. Space is critical. I ended up putting a platform on it. I do have a couple hatches. Basically, I got one here. I do have some wire connectors for my trolling motor. I run the trolling motor on the front. My fish finder battery also goes inside there. I got a spare prop in there that I keep in there as well. This hook here also goes down in there, so I basically use this and ratchet when I'm ready to pull it up on the trailer, up and out of the water. Made a homemade winch system for that. Did put some reinforcement bars in it. It's just a harbor freight trailer. Also got some quick release ratchets for the front on both sides to tie down, and some regular ratchet straps in the back. My fish finder gets mounted here, right there when I'm fishing. Got a fish rod and holder there for the fishing rod that I'm fishing with. I got a seat pedestal there with the Millennium Marine seat. Very comfortable seat. I highly recommend them. Very comfortable. I do have the push button so I can turn power on and off with my foot. I still steer it with my hands, but it's really not that big of a deal. Seems to work out pretty good. If I go back here, I just made this today actually. It's a rod holder that I use when I'm on the boat. I can store 4 rods in there, and they just go the length of the boat. And then I have my 5th one over there, that I'm using. But this thing hinges, so when I'm ready to switch out a rod, I just basically hinge it up, grab which rod I want, and then I can just set it back down, and keeps everything nice and tidy. I don't really need any more than 4 or 5 rods anyway. That's enough for this boat. I do have another hatch back here that I made. It does have a floor that runs all the way the length of the entire boat. 3/8 plywood on the bottom there, and the deck up here is made out of 5/8, and it does have ribs that run perpendicular to the deck, so it does have a lot of strength and stability on it. I can keep about 8 or 9 of these boxes. I forget what size they are, but I got a couple of the bigger ones in there, like this size here. I can keep about 8 or 9 of those inside there, so that keeps a lot of the tackle up out of the way. I got a little pouch here I keep miscellaneous stuff in. But that works out really good. I can keep my fish net in there, fire extinguisher, all that stuff. And then when I'm not using it, I just flip her down. You can step on it. Basically, to get to the back, I just swivel the chair around and climb into the back here as we're going along. That's where I keep my batteries. I carry 2 batteries now because I got almost stranded one time. One wasn't quite enough for the whole day, and so I got an extra just to carry with me. So that's very helpful. It also helps when I'm up front. It helps balance the boat out quite a bit in the back. I weigh about 210 pounds, and I think the batteries together are about 160. I think they're about 80 pounds a piece. I also made a rudder back here, because without it, it's almost impossible to steer this thing, any little wind at all. Basically, I took a PVC flange and made this board. I kept the old trolling motor mount and bolted that to there. I got a pin that goes through it that keeps it stable. This is all made out of PVC. And then this part here is just a cutting board that I got from Walmart. And I made a notch all the way up here, and that slides halfway into that pipe, and then I got 4 straps that go all the way around and secure. It works really well. There's the straps for the back on each side. I do have rollers on each side, and I do have a ramp system, so when I do pull it up out of the water, it plugs up in here, and there's a ramp that comes down, and I just take that strap up front, extend it out, hook it up to the front of the boat up there, and start winching it on. And between the rollers and the ramp, it centers itself, and it just pulls itself right up on the trailer. So it works out really well, because there's no way I can lift this thing anymore by myself. But I do have these foam, these are shipping blocks that I got somewhere. I can't remember where I got them actually, but they're real thick rubber, kind of foam rubber, I guess. I don't know what you call it, but I mounted those on each side, and that boat just fits snug right in there on both sides. It's just a real snug fit. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to show. I haven't made a video for a while. Maybe one of these days I'll actually get a fishing video. I'm not real good at this, but I've seen an awful lot of bass raiders out there and pond prowlers, and really a lot of neat ideas that guys come up with. You know, for us guys that can't really afford a $5,000 or $15,000 or $20,000 bass boat, whatever price point you want to call it. These boats come in handy. It helps you to get on the water and get offshore. So you can still fish quite a bit. You can fish all day. This is where my transducer goes. Got the Scotty mount there. It's a Garmin Striker, the 4 CV, I think it is. It's got the down imaging and the chirp radar on it. It's real nice fish finder. Does everything I need it to do. But I've been real happy with it. Like I said, it's kind of been a labor of love trying to get it to where everything finally works. But then I got a small little tackle bag that I slip under the chair there, back by the batteries, that has all my soft plastics in it and stuff. So everything's kind of out of the way. Everything's real handy now. I haven't tried the rod thing yet. I think it's going to work all right though. I don't put them in there when I transport the boat. I put everything in the truck, just transfer it over when I get to the lake. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of show what I've done. I did put these aluminum rails here along the edge just to kind of give it a finishing touch. Made it look real nice. And did the carpet, got the carpet and all the hardware and everything from Menards, our local Menards. I live in the Midwest, and so my fishing season's not real long. They had the state parks closed for a while because of this virus. They finally opened up, so been able to get out there a few times, and may end up going tomorrow. See if I can catch a few more. But anyway, this is the Bass Pro Shops Pond Prowler. I know they have a different model out now. I think this was actually the last year they made, 2016, 2017 was the last year they made this particular boat, made by Charloma. But it's been very good. It does have the drain plug there, hole in the back, which is a nice feature. Never really have any water in it. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you like it or have any comments, and we'll talk to you later.